Statistics show that 1 in every 4 adults has high blood pressure, and that accounts for over 1.4 billion people living with hypertension. And even more alarming is that 44% of these people do not even know they have high blood pressure. So it is actually called a silent killer for a reason. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 natural remedies that work that I recommend for any patient dealing with high blood pressure. Now, to understand hypertension, you actually have to understand how blood circulates. Now, think of your blood vessels as pipes and your heart the pump that pushes blood through those pipes. Now, as you can imagine, the pressure in your blood vessel is constantly changing. Each time your heart beats, it pushes blood forward with a surge of pressure, and that is the systolic blood pressure, which is the top number. Now, when your heart relaxes, when your heart is not beating, there are still some pressure in your blood vessel that keep your blood flowing, and that is the diastolic blood pressure, which is the bottom number. But regardless of the cause of your hypertension, the cause of your high blood pressure, having high blood pressure can be very dangerous and damaging to your blood vessels. So let's get into the 7 natural ways you can lower your blood pressure, you can stabilize your blood pressure. And number 1 on the list is the DASH diet. Now, as you can imagine, diet plays an essential role when it comes to managing high blood pressure. And the DASH diet is actually one of the best. It focuses on things like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, nuts, low-fat dairy products. And one of the most important recommendations is to eat less salt. Now, there are actually some kind of controversy surrounding salt intake and high blood pressure. Now, your table salt, for example, actually contains 44% sodium. Now, to put this into perspective, 1.5 teaspoons of salt contains 1,150 milligrams of sodium. Now, the recommendation for people with high blood pressure, people with hypertension, is usually less than 2,300 milligrams per day, ideally 1,500 milligrams per day. So the tricky part is that most of the sodium we are getting into our body are not really coming from salt shaker. They are not coming from your table salt. They are mostly hidden in processed foods like savory foods, your fast food, your pizza, your donuts, your processed meat, and all of those things. That is where you can find all of this sodium. That is where you take them into your body. So if you are cutting back on your table salt intake instead of all of those things, you are actually deceiving yourself. So if you really want to lower your blood pressure, you want to lower your sodium level, you have to cut back on all of those processed food, those packaged foods, which contain high amount of sodium that can elevate your blood pressure. The DASH diet is actually one of the most studied food for high blood pressure. And in fact, one major study found that DASH diet lower high blood pressure by 11 points in just 8 weeks. And recent studies actually confirm it still works till today with an average reduction of 3 to 6 points, which is very good enough in lowering your risk of heart attack as well as stroke. So if you have not been taking DASH diet, I highly recommend it. Now, this brings us to the next thing on the puzzle, which is to increase your potassium intake. Now, potassium is a very important mineral in the body that helps regulate your blood pressure. Potassium and sodium actually have to be in a balanced ratio. When you have high levels of sodium, that can result in problems. So you really need potassium to help balance out your sodium. Now, you can get potassium by eating foods like green leafy vegetable. You can get it from eggplant, sweet potatoes, avocado. You can get it from nuts. Potassium is very important in helping you to balance out your sodium level. Alright, so start taking potassium. Now, the third way you can actually lower your blood pressure is to be physically active. Now, I know this might sound counterintuitive. After all, it makes your heart beat faster. But you actually have to remember that your heart is also a muscular organ. It's a muscle, just like the ones you can find in your hands. It's a muscular organ. So when you engage in physical activities like aerobic exercise, for example, brisk walking, cycling, or swimming, or just jogging, that is very, very important in improving your heart function. It makes your heart to become much stronger and more efficient at pumping blood. And studies have found that engaging in 150 minutes of physical activities per week can actually help improve your heart health. So I highly recommend physical activity. It is very important in improving your blood pressure. All right. Now the fourth way you can also manage your blood pressure is by lowering your stress level. Now when you put your body into stress, your body actually releases some chemical hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. What does this hormone do? Well, when you have high levels of this hormone being released, they are going to make your heart to beat faster. They are going to increase your heart rate, and along with that, they are also going to make your blood vessel, they are going to constrict your blood vessel, thereby elevating your blood pressure. So this can be temporary, but if you are into stress into a very long period, that is going to cause this hormone to be very high, thereby affecting your blood pressure and destroying your blood vessel. So how can you lower your stress? Well, you can lower your stress by taking things like lemon balm tea. You can also lower your stress by taking magnesium powder, particularly magnesium glycinate. That is going to help calm your body. That is going to help lower your stress level. Now, along with that, you also can take green tea. All of these are going to help improve your stress level. And also, you have to get enough quality sleep. Now, the other important recommendation, if you want to lower your blood pressure, is to quit smoking if you are a smoker. Now, smoking can actually increase your risk factors for heart disease, and other studies found that the chemicals that are found in tobacco can elevate your heart rate and your blood pressure for up to an hour. So if you are a smoker, I will actually advise you quit that habit because it can affect your blood pressure. Now, the sixth natural way that have been proven to be very effective in lowering your blood pressure is by eating berries. Now, why this might sound so cheap, it is actually very, very effective. It actually works. Berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberry are packed with polyphenols. They are packed with nutrients that are very important in reducing inflammation, in improving your blood pressure, and preventing blood vessel stiffness. And some of these polyphenols have also been known to help manage diabetes by regulating your blood glucose level. Now, multiple studies have confirmed that eating berries can actually support your overall body function. So I highly recommend berries. Alright, number 7, which is the last thing on the puzzle, is by drinking hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea is one of the most powerful natural remedies you can find to lower blood pressure, and the countless studies have shown that hibiscus tea can lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. And in fact, one major study showed that people who were drinking hibiscus tea were able to lower their blood pressure by up to 7 points compared to the placebo group, compared to the people who were not drinking hibiscus tea. Now, the mechanism was that the polyphenol, the chemicals that are found in hibiscus tea, like quercetin and anthocyanin, act as a vasodilator. They help widen your blood vessel, thereby improving blood flow, and they also act as diuretic. So these benefits are what makes them to help you to lower your blood pressure. All right. So all you just need is 2 to 3 cups of hibiscus tea daily. That is going to help manage and then stabilize your blood pressure. All right. So guys, these are the 7 natural ways you can lower your blood pressure without taking any medication. Now, if you find this video helpful, make sure to like this video and also let me know what you think about this video in the comment below. Thanks for watching.